Jack Schlossberg fell well short of his bid to win a highly contested Democratic primary in Manhattan, his campaign hurt by staff defections and missed meetings, and that's the story we're diving into today. For a moment, it looked like a political fairy tale. Jack Schlossberg, 33 years old, the only grandson of President John F. Kennedy, entered a crowded race for New York's 12th congressional district with almost every advantage you could imagine. He had the name. He had the looks. He had endorsements from Democratic royalty like former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. He had a viral social media presence that made him one of the most talked about political newcomers in the country. And when early polls showed him leading the pack, the question wasn't whether he'd win, it was by how much. As it turned out, he lost it. On primary night, Schlossberg finished in third place. The winner was Micah Lasher, a state assemblyman who had been endorsed by the retiring incumbent, Gerald Nadler. Alex Bors came in second. And Schlossberg, who had poured at least $1 million of his own money into the race, watched from a half-filled club in Midtown Manhattan as the results came in. His mother, Caroline Kennedy, was there backstage. She tried to stay upbeat, telling reporters her son had no regrets, that he wouldn't be able to live with himself if he didn't try. But the numbers told a different story. So what went wrong? Political consultants who followed the race point to a few key failures. First, there was the ground game or the lack of one. State Senator Liz Krueger, who lives in the district, said she rarely saw Schlossberg on the streets. She said no one even brought him up when asking her advice about candidates. He simply did not break through with the older, more established voters who dominate neighborhoods like the Upper West Side and Upper East Side. Second, there was the message problem. Consultant Chris Coffey, who managed Andrew Yang's failed 2021 mayoral bid, drew a direct comparison, saying Schlossberg looked erratic and never developed a platform beyond a vague call to shake up politics. When asked by New Yorker editor David Remnick why he was running, Schlossberg's answer was, quote, "I want to pass laws that help the people in this district and in our country." It's not exactly a rallying cry. And then there was the chaos behind the scenes, staff defections, missed meetings, a revolving door of advisors. His campaign manager acknowledged he had been running amid a deeply personal tragedy, referring to the death of his sister Tatiana in December, just weeks after his campaign launched. Tatiana Schlossberg had written a widely read essay in The New Yorker about her terminal cancer and had used it to criticize their cousin Robert F. Kennedy Jr., now Trump's health secretary, for cutting nearly $500 million in vaccine research funding. That family fracture loomed over the entire race. RFK Jr.'s alliance with the Trump administration, showing up at UFC events at the White House, championing anti-vaccine positions, has put the Kennedy name in a complicated place, and Jack Schlossberg's loss only deepens that complexity. Longtime Democratic consultant Hank Sheinkopf put it plainly, Schlossberg was seen as entertaining, but not necessarily serious. He probably believed that social media momentum, plus the Kennedy legacy, would be enough to move New York City voters. But Camelot ended more than 60 years ago. And in a district that demands political substance, flash only gets you so far. That said, Sheinkopf isn't writing off Schlossberg's future entirely. He called him gregarious, pleasant, and friendly, qualities that suggest, in his words, he's got a future, but not a present. For now, the dream of a renewed Camelot, at least in the halls of Congress, will have to wait. I'm your host, and that's your political briefing for today. Stay curious, stay informed, and we'll see you next time.